Yo, it's a lion's war, and the stakes are high. Lord Shadow steps up. He's ready to fly. Questions in the air, they start to rain. Can Lord clear his lane without any strain? How many deaths will Lord give out this war? He gotta maintain. Find the best counter for a defender. Lord Shadow's skill, he's the ultimate contender. The map's laid out, it's a treacherous path, but Lord's got the skills. He's done the math, checking the nodes, planning the attack. He's moving forward, there's no turning back.
Hey everyone, Shadow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So it's season 67, and this is war number 6. And we're going up against an alliance called Comic Con. All right, so they have banned Nico, Lumatrix, interesting, and Yelena. And of course, we have our global bans. So let's take a look here. I'm still planning out this war. It just went live not that long ago. But I'm thinking Doctor Strange should be able to handle this pretty well, because Claire does well nullifying, and I'm thinking so will Doctor Strange. So we're going to give him a try. For this Toad, it's going to be Mojo. For this, I don't know yet, but Bong is coming in. But I could do this with Mojo or Dr. Bong. I'm going to look and see which one of those seems to be the better fit. It looks like they both can do it, but we'll see. And then, of course, we have Photon. She getting bonged. And I have chosen Scorpion for the mini. He'll get bonged. Hopefully. I'll give him a power start 1 boost, so I shouldn't have to worry about the Mix Master. And then I should just be able to go to work. So we'll see how that goes. All right. The only one I'm really concerned about, honestly, is Punisher. This new Punisher, I haven't fought a lot. So, yeah. I know he gets a lot of indestructibles and whatnot. So, we'll see. Might be Mojo is the best for him. But I know even he does a lot of block damage too. But we'll see. Anyway, let's get on to the fighting. All right. I'm going in with Doctor Strange, Dr. Bong, and Mojo. So we got 2 doctors in here. Now, I apologize for the length of this war video, but as you will see, it could not be avoided. I did more fights in this war than I think I've done in any previous war. All right, so this first fight is going to be against, I think it's personal regeneration, and it's going to be against Vision Arcus. All right, now, because he's a cosmic, I thought of Doctor Strange immediately. Now, this war was when I finally decided that I needed to do something about the keys for Doctor Strange. And later on, you're going to see the fight that I'm talking about, because it did affect the fight. But I got a solution, all right? If you watched the live, you already know what went down. Okay, so that was an easy fight. Now we've got Mojo against Toad. I did some research, right? Every video that I saw had Mojo against this Toad. Mojo's a bad boy. So I could have played this differently. One of the ways that I play Mojo, now that I've gotten a little bit more familiar with him, I try to complete at least 4 prompts and then go for a special 3. And usually that's enough to really hurt them. And then after that, I'll just cycle special 2s as needed. Okay? Now, the thing about Mojo, he didn't seem to have a lot of block proficiency, so that's why I changed the stat focus to block proficiency. Somebody recommended that, and I was like, yeah, why don't I do that? So he's not taking as much damage into the block as he normally would. Okay? And you can see here, I just said, you know what? Let's just go for it. I don't have to do the, special 3 thing. Let's just go. It was taking too long and I was starting to get impatient. Okay? And then you can see here, it's Toad. And I don't want to fight him in the corner because apparently those regens aren't affected by anything Mojo's doing. So, whatever. It'd be nice if those regens, as they went away, he would just take massive degen damage. But no, it's fine. We got our special 3 off. And look at that degen. And the fight's over. Mojo's just a beast. Okay. I think this next fight, what's this one? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was not familiar with fighting the new Punisher. So I went and looked and saw that you want to have, ideally, a mutant who has Daunted, okay? Like Jean Grey. She is an awesome counter for Punisher. However, our opponents did a very good job placing him here because Jean Grey cannot be used because this is high energy diet and her attacks are energy. So I could have gone in with a mutant that, regens, or I could have learned how to evade his special 1, which I do not know how to do, which is why you see me taking bleed damage. But I can minimize it by evading the last part of his special 1. Okay, so look at this. Bop, bop. All right, so that's what I can do. And then, of course, I'm going to have to deal with the invulnerability of him. So it's just going to make the fight take longer. But I was already aware that I was going to have to take a little bit, slower pace. Okay, so you can see here, he's going down pretty quickly. Okay, that bleed is not really hurting all that much. And you know something? I didn't realize how much Mojo actually heals. He heals. And I was surprised. Okay? I used to use him sparingly when I ran the recoils. And of course, I had a poison debuff on me all the time, and that reduced the healing. So I was surprised. I was using him in Alliance Quest. And awesome. That's all I could say. Okay. So you saw how that fight went. Pretty straightforward. Now, this fight, you see that I used the Power Start, Advanced Power Boost, Power Start 1. All right. And you see here, I'm able to, counter her miss now. So we should be all good here. Except she just starts hitting me. I'm like, okay, I see. You want to be like that. But that's fine. Because I now have 2 bars of power. Yes, I tried to hold my block so that she wouldn't fire her special while she was in pure light form. But the AI decided to fire it anyway into my block. Good times. But look at this. Oh. Couldn't do the full one though. But that's okay. We got some bonging in. So this fight didn't go perfectly. Okay? Didn't go as perfect as some of the other fights went. I don't know whether it was the AI or whatever, but the end was the same. Photon on this node ain't nothing to bong. Okay, now, this fight here, is Bong versus Scorpion, and it's on the node, like that Mixmaster node. I forget which one it is, and you don't want to parry him too much and all that. But with horror, I tell you, I looked up and was like, oh no, I boosted, but I forgot to heal. And I'm like, oh man, I hope that that's not gonna cost me. So I'm sitting here a little nervous, okay? And I'm like, all right, let's hope for it. And then I just went, okay, well, what was I worried about? What was I worried about? I don't know. I don't know what I was worried about. Nothing. All right, now, this is one of the fights that I couldn't get anybody else to take. And so we have backup, but we had two defenders on the same island that nobody was taking. So I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure Dr. Strange can do it. Now, one of the things that I was nervous about, and you're gonna see this here, this is a hazard shift node, okay? And I was wondering, and see this right here, by the way, that little hit that she did there, that's gonna cost me, all right? Look at how much damage she did in just that one attack. That is ridiculous. But anyway, one of the things I wasn't sure of was whether, and look at this, she's blocking it. Man, it was driving me nuts, okay? It was driving me nuts. But anyway, you'll notice, look at that. I got some debuffs on me from the node. And so I'm thinking, wait a minute. So you mean his spells count as striking? I didn't know. So he's getting hit with the debuffs from the node. I forget, is it rupture and poison? Something like that, I think. And I thought that as long as I did not make any physical contact, I should be okay, and I could just cycle my special. And for the most part, that will work. But earlier, she just decided to hit me up. Now, that wasn't really an AI issue. I was looking up, took my eyes off of her because I wanted to see it. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm getting the, poison and rupture on me, even with my specials. And so I took my eyes off. Now, watch this. Look at her health. Look at it. She tapped me just enough. I said, no, I want revenge. If I see her again on this node, I'm coming for her. Just so y'all know, coming for her. Yeah, I don't run. That fight should have been a solo. And now that I'm more familiar with the fight and I won't have any surprises, we good. We gonna get her. Put Cersei on that node again. Put her on the node. What I might do is put the combat regen boost on, go to town. All right, here's another fight with Doctor Strange again. You'll notice I'm using him more and more. And this is the fight that convinced me that I needed to fix my keys. Are you enjoying the video? Smash that like button. Do you want to see more? Hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you will get notified when I drop new videos. If you want to support me further, join me on Patreon. You'll also have access to all of my social media. Okay? Now, I want you to watch something during this fight. Okay? You're going to watch me go to Special 3 and watch what happens when I try to dump power. All right? So everything is looking good right now, right? I want to go to the pink phase, like that, and build up my arcane fonts. Okay, now I have a Special 3. When you double tap your block, you dump 1 bar of power. Okay? You will notice that I hit my Special 3, not dumping it and building up my arcane fonts. Okay, no problem yet, right? But the way that the PC, and I am playing on the PC, the way the PC's keys are set up, to hold my heavy, I'm using the W key. My block key is the S key, which is right underneath the W key. So think about it. I'm trying to hold my block, hold the heavy with the W key, and then trying to tap. That's why I'm hitting it, because I'm like tap tap, and then I'm like, wait, it didn't dump it. And so I ended up firing off a special 3 instead. I'm like, okay. We definitely need to fix that, right? So I wasn't, look at this. I'm back to a special 3, which is not a problem if I can dump it, but I'm not dumping it. Now that time I just said, okay, it's not working correctly. Let me just see if I can beat him cycling special 3s. Now he's got a bunch of Furies now, and he's starting to do a lot more damage. Okay, but this is not the way you play Doctor Strange, and definitely not against this serpent here. Okay, so what you want to do is in that pink phase, his pink blessing, fire off ideally your special 2. You want to build your arcane fonts up. If you have, I think the max, see this right here? Watch this, guys. All right, did you see that? Did you see that I had the invulnerability boost on? And did you see that he still did damage anyway and took me out? I sat here with my mouth open, like, what just happened? Why? Am I not? Did I not? At first, I was wondering if I had actually put in the invulnerability boost. And then I had to watch it back, and I'm like, wait a minute. The invulnerability came up, but I still took damage. What's going on? And one of my alliance mates, well, he's not in the alliance right now anymore. He's still in the group. But Anion, he said that Serpent on this node has a interesting interaction with invulnerability. It might ramp him up or do something like that. So, yeah, I shouldn't have done the invulnerability there. Didn't help at all. But in any case, watch this here. Okay? I'm holding it. All right, see how I dumped it there? That is what you want to do. And so I'm trying right now to dump it as fast as I can to hit the special 2 off. You can see that's how you do it, and you ramp up very quickly when you're doing this. Okay, you see how I'm just waiting to the pink phase? That's what I should have been doing the first time. Okay, so holding my heavy with the W key, trying to twist my finger underneath to double tap the block was not working. So during the live stream today, I discovered that rather than remapping a key, the down arrow on the computer keyboard does the double tap. So all I got to do now is data tap, and I practiced it a little bit and it went smooth. So we're gonna have better gameplay. Now, can somebody explain to me why that didn't kill him? Not Doctor Strange. Why am I eating all of these things from Serpent? I'm glad I had the invulnerability boost on, but I don't understand why he did not. I thought he was going to put the neutralize on and I didn't have to deal with the death immunity, but it looked like I did. Some of you can tell me why if you want to put a comment in there, so I'll know for next time. But that's another one. If we don't have a Paviter for that node, I'm going back in there with Doctor Strange. Now, this fight here was only done last minute. Look at the time that we had left in the war. Okay, we were down to, I think at this point, like 8 minutes, because the person who was supposed to take this fight didn't. Now, I'm messing up really bad here because I'm unfamiliar with this fight. It's stunning reflection, and I didn't realize that the whole thing I've been practicing with Doctor Strange, right? You can't do that here. You can't use his passive stun. And I tried it, and you saw what happened. Got wrecked. And so now I'm out of sorts. I'm doing this live, by the way. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, you know? And so I'm getting the hang of it now toward the end. Okay? As you can see, he can do this fight, but the person who was supposed to take this fight was stuck late, as he usually is, was stuck at one node that should have been an easy solo for him. But anyway, the war was coming down to the wire, and Backup was sitting there waiting. So Backup, you know, was not, it didn't have the right champs, because Backup had to cover some other it was a lot of alliance drama going on, all right, let me tell you. But Backup was trying to do his best. And Backup is also the war planner, but I've been helping him because he's been busy with a new job. So, yeah. This war, we just, at this point, we knew we lost the war. We just wanted to get this down, okay? And so I asked, before I went into the fight, I said, am I going to have to take this mojo? And they were like, yeah. So I went ahead and took the mojo. And after I finished taking the mojo, that's when he showed up. But anyway, a very, very messy war. But we have plans in place to avoid at least one thing that was happening. And we're going to see how that works. One of the guys who does not have some of the champs he needs for his path, but we may have an alternate trio that he can use for his path. So that might work. All right. So that is it for my participation in this war, a big one. We'll be back and you'll find out how this war ended.
A few moments later.
And we are back, and of course we lost this war. Wah, wah.
Disappointed!
But check this out, though. Look at that name right there. Yeah, all that work. Man, that's what I got to do to get MVP? Y'all can have it. But anyway, look at this. That's close. Okay, that is close. If we had done just, I don't want to blame just some people, but anyway, let's take a look here. Yep, there I am. Let's see. Yeah, I got no kills. Now see, this is what's so funny. So my defense got no kills, but I did 8 fights. Didn't even get the full AB on them. And I got MVP. That just don't seem right. But anyway, that is going to do it for the video, y'all. Take care. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about the video. And if you have any advice, let me know. All right, take care. And you all have a blessed day.
Arena and chill grind, that's how he roll. No stress, no drama, just on patrol. In the fight, he's swift, his tactics be tight. LordShaedow's in the arena, ready to ignite.